Hey everybody, welcome back. Devin, the OG, the original Grognard here for Lock and Load Publishing, and we are looking today at the Compendium updates for the Lock and Load tactical system, something we've been talking about for the last couple months, and we just got copies of these in. We wanted to make sure that everybody knew what the changes were, what the difference were between the new versions of the Compendiums and the old versions of the Compendiums. I will just go ahead and say this right now. If you've got the old versions of the Compendiums, you really don't need the new versions. At the most basic core, the only changes between the older versions of the Compendiums and the new updated versions of the Compendiums is Stefan went through with a Herculean task effort and basically re-edited and clarified any corrections that needed to be made, any ambiguities in scenario rules, and just cleaned up the grammar and spelling errors and a lot of minor little things like that that have been in existence since they were originally in the articles and scenarios were in Line of Fire magazine way back 10, 15 years ago. Really, that's the only changes. We didn't add anything new. We didn't take away anything. It's all the same information. It's just been grammatically cleaned up, and a few corrections that needed to be made were put into place. And of course, well, I will go ahead and say we did change the covers just so people will know what the difference between the earlier edition and the later edition is. This is the earlier edition, and this is the more updated edition for Volume 1, which is World War II era. That is Trent Garner. He's our vassal guy. He creates all of our vassals, so he's actually on the cover of Volume 1 this time. And let's go ahead and just take a quick look. And I mean, honestly, as soon as you open the book, okay, the color of the pages has changed a little bit, but really, as you start going through, I mean, all the articles, infantry tactics in World War II, infantry tactics in World War II. I mean, figure one, it's all the same. It's just, we updated, well, we didn't update, we fixed the grammatical errors. No, figure 2, figure 3, figure 2, figure 3. And the cool thing is all these articles and scenarios that are in here came from the Line of Fire magazine way back when Mark Walker owned the company. And we've tried to maintain replayability and backwards compatibility, that these articles still work for 5.1 rules. So yeah, we really haven't changed much. We just cleaned up a bunch of stuff over the years. So yeah, you will notice the layout, the border is different between the older edition and the newer edition, but it's all the same. It's almost 100% page for page. I think you have to get to page like 16. Yeah, so yeah, like page 16 here, page 15, we've got the really big picture of the tiger here, but just because of the way the font sizes and the layout, we had to make the picture a little bit smaller here. And I think by page 16 or 17, yeah, because you see, you've got the leader marker there for obstacle course, and then wires here. But it's just the typeset is just a little bit different. I mean, really, that's the biggest thing you're going to notice. The scenarios haven't changed. Let's see if we can find. The only thing that have changed with the scenarios is, say, if there was some ambiguity in one of the special rules, if the intent was there, but it wasn't really laid out clearly in the wording, we went ahead and cleaned that up. I know for a fact one of the scenarios had a leader counter that you were supposed to use that wasn't even in the counter mix, so we got the right leader name there. I mean, stats were still the same. It's just we had the wrong leader name. We cleaned that up. But yeah, so all the scenarios are the same. Whoops, that's Queen's Gambit and Breaking the Bank. Where's Breaking the Bank? There's Breaking the Bank. Okay, so there's Queen's Gambit there. Queen's Gambit there. I mean, the scenarios are exactly the same. And if you've kind of noticed, Compendium 1 came with a bunch of really cool big maps. I mean, these are 4X maps that they came with. And then there was the really huge 4X map for one of the, I can't even remember. I think it was We Stand Together Alone. Some scenarios from there. They give the 4X maps there. They're the exact same ones. I mean, nothing has changed. The maps are exactly the same from the earlier editions to this edition. So, like I said, if you have the first edition, you don't need the second edition unless you're obsessive compulsive and just have to have the most up to date things. Virtually nothing's changed. So that is basically what is up with the new compendiums, and yes, they are on sale at the Lock and Load Publishing Store. I will put the link in the comments section below. Did want to go ahead and show off the other three covers of the other three volumes. So volume 2, Modern Era. That's our friend Kev Sharp there. I think he hates that photo. I'm sorry, Kevin. We think it's a good one. We like it and we appreciate it. So we got Kev on there. Volume 3 is also World War II era. For those of you who may not know, that's Wild Bill Wilder. Wild Bill was a prolific scenario designer. And emissary and ambassador for wargaming back in the late 80s, early 90s. If you've ever played Steel Panthers, then you've played a Wild Bill scenario, because he designed virtually all the scenarios and all the campaigns for Steel Panthers. He was a good friend to the company, and unfortunately we lost Wild Bill this last year. So we went ahead and decided we wanted to get Wild Bill on the cover there as well. And for Compendium 4, Modern Era, the cover is, that's Patrick White, one of the staff at Lock and Load Publishing, and so we just figured we'd put him on there as well. So really, again, that's the compendiums. That's the differences between the compendiums. If you already own the old compendiums, you don't need the new compendiums unless you really just have to have all the minor corrections and everything. So yeah, that's it. That's if you, well, there you go. Questions, comments, concerns, complaints, criticisms in the comment section below. I'll talk to everybody later. See ya.